Steel. All right, we got something brand new for you today, which we don't get to do that often,
right?
But it is from Kitchen HQ, and you will not find this anywhere else. We have the exclusive on it, and it is called the swing pot. And the reason it's called that is because it has a built-in colander, which is removable, that actually swings so that when you want to dump out the liquid, you don't have to grab the colander. You simply take the bowl.
Want me to show you?
And you turn it, and watch what happens to the interior. It levels out.
Can you see
that
this?
Is
that not
brilliant.
The coolest? Look at, no more having to get a strainer
That's
out.
so
It
smart.
is all built right in. Woo!
And what's nice too is now the residual heat will keep your pasta warm while it's in there. We didn't have to use this. We didn't have to get another strainer. So when you order, I'm going to step behind you for a sec. I want to show you what you're going to get. So you're getting the big, I think it's 10.5 quart. This is a really big stock pot.
It's a 7-quart.
7-quart stock
Yep.
pot, okay. So you're getting a jumbo stock pot, has a pour spout on it, and it has 2 of the helper handles, which is great. My senior customers out there love having the 2 big handles. And by the way, they're heat resistant handles in addition to that. Oven safe, oven safe. You also get 9.5-inch saute, and this is a regular saute with the Duramax nonstick, which is amazing. So you can use this for your eggs or whatever you want. You can do frittatas, all that stuff. But it also is a lid and turns this big pan into a roaster. So if you want to do a pot roast, if you want to do stews or chilies or whatever that stuff, now you can take this, start it on the stove, and you can finish it in the oven. And then finally, what puts the swing in the swing pot is the fact that there are 2 little hooks right here. And what you do is you drop it in like this, just like that. All right, now you can fill it with water, all right, and you can boil your pasta. And then at the end of the day, remember, we just dump all that water out and the strainer stays right in place. It's so smart.
Is this not so smart?
Black or red are the colors. So let's take a look at this thing. And I imagine there's a lot of other ways we could use it. I was thinking you could wash your fruits and veggies, whatever you want.
Absolutely. And this is a direct response to you, the HSN customer. This is for you if you feel like you're tight on space, because you're going to get your 7-quart pan. And once again, watch this, how it will empty the water right there. You'll never have to even remove the strainer. But once again, you're getting that 7-quart pan, a strainer, and then I'm about to show you what you can do with the lid.
Well, and you know what? As I'm looking at it right now, if you wanted to use this as, and I'm sure you're going to do that, this is the perfect steamer as well. So if you want to do veggies, if you want to do wontons, any kind of a pasta that needs to be reheated, if you need to reheat rice, don't put your rice in the microwave. You need to reheat it. It needs moisture. So what you want to do is you just pack your rice in there and then just put a little water.
And what about all your veggie scraps?
All your
Make
veggies.
a great stock.
Yep.
Just mix with water.
Very easily.
So here's what we did. You're
Here's
gonna
the lid.
also, this is the lid that is a 9-inch skillet. Do you see how many meatballs we have in here?
You know what's great too, Carrie, is the handles.
The handles they are heat resistant. I actually was just speaking to one of your good friends in the hallway, and he burnt his hands. These are heat resistant and ready to go. I mean, how many meatballs have I already pulled out here? So this 9-inch is everything you need to feed easily a family of 4, even 6.
And what's nice about having the handles,
Show 'em.
if I want to take it out and I just want to do that,
Look at that.
I can make a mess.
And look at how many are still left.
But I have the 2 handles and the grip, and that's a really big deal because a lot of people find it very difficult to hold one handle. Especially if you have wrist issues or something like that, but you can see very, very easily I was able to pour that out. So whether it's a stir fry, whatever, you get, the 2 pans alone are a steal at $59, but having the one that is a lid for the other and then
So
having
smart.
the colander, brilliant.
And these are non-stick, so you won't have to be using as much oil, and you can use your metal utensils on them. They will not scratch. You will not hurt these. And I want to show you here, look at we have the 7.
Is
this not genius?
You know what's funny is that I worked in the restaurant business for like 18 years.
Yeah.
Every chef, what they do is they'll take another saute pan and they put it on top. That's how they use it because the lids never last. So we're giving you a lid that you can also cook in as a saute pan.
And it's sealed. Like it is, the handles are designed so they fit together.
They lock in together.
So what I've done here is I've just removed the strainer And we have, if you could get a shot of this, we just have a great tortilla soup that we made from scratch, because this is a 7-quart, once again, stock pot that you will use for your pasta, your potatoes, your steaming, your stoops, your stews, I'm into making yogurt recently. You'll use it into making yogurt.
Why not?
And we've given you this spout, so all you'll do is right from stovetop to table, and you'll just pour it right in, and you have delicious tortilla soup in seconds.
Here, I'll dress it
Look
up
at that.
for you. There you go. Now it's tortilla soup.
Now it is tortilla soup.
Right? There. That's tortilla soup.
I love it.
All right. So I think it's really important that everybody has a large stock pot.
You have to.
And most people will think a 4 or 6 quart is enough, but you really need to get one that's a little bit bigger if you're doing pastas, if you're doing potatoes, right, for holiday, and you have a lot of potatoes you want to cook. You need a really, really big pan. But I think where the real magic is on this one too is having it as a roaster.
Yep.
So if you wanted to do pot roast, you know, you could sear your beef in there,
Yep.
add all your veggies, your stock, all that stuff, get it heated, put the lid on, and then you could pop it in the oven. Oven's safe to 350, and then
Yep.
you can let it finish in there.
And you know what this screams? If you know somebody getting married this summer,
Yeah.
we are in wedding season.
$59.
How incredible this will last them forever. I almost made an inappropriate jokes about weddings, but this will last hopefully a really
good.
long time.
Yes.
And it won't take
You're gonna say longer than your marriage?
Okay, you said it, but you know, it happens. It happens. So but it won't take up a lot of space.
No.
And this was designed after reading comments from you by chefs. That's why you were even noticing how chefy this is.
I love the handles. And by the way, they're not glued on, they're not welded on, they're riveted handles. They're gonna be on the pan till the day the pan dies.
Yep.
So you're gonna have that going for you. I love it to cook your potatoes.
Right.
If you like, I like boiled carrots, things like that. You can do it all right in there. And remember, you let the liquid just kind of drain off into the
Yep.
pan, and then if you want to reuse that liquid for something else, you can do that as well.
Say I was smashing these potatoes and I needed a little liquid instead of cream. Now you have it right
Yeah.
there. And look at, this is not a little strainer. I just wanted to show you how many potatoes came out of steaming. Now think of steaming anything: broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. During the holidays, this will be perfect for this.
You could do fish in here.
Fish
You
in
could
there.
do salmon. You could do all kinds of great things in there because it acts as a steamer. You only need to put about 1 inch of water in the bottom to use
Yep.
it as a steamer. We're filling it because we're boiling things. We've got probably an entire dozen eggs that fit into that steamer basket, and we filled it all the way
Yep.
up. And look at how easy it is to be able to remove those, and then all the liquid stays right in there, and you're good to go. Remember, I could always bring this over to the sink, and I could dump it all out and leave this right inside. There's the
Yep.
little channel, and you see why we call it the swing pot, because it swings left and swings right. So when I'm ready to dump this out, I'm not going to do it here, but you see all I need to do is turn it, and then that interior
We can just show
strainer,
you that shot again of how
yeah.
it just, you'll just be right over your sink. You'll turn, do you see how the colander, it stays right there the whole time. The hot water is never going to touch you. It's never going to hurt you. And these handles, once again, they're heat resistant.
Honestly, you know what? I'm loving it as a steamer.
Yep.
Like I love the fact that you have the swing and you can kind of, take your step, because that's a pain for most people to take a whole bottle of water
Yep.
and try to dump it out. That's great. But think about all the different things that you can cook inside there. Like we said, if you love broccoli, if you like veggies, you can steam them all ahead of time. Put them all aside. You can do multiple things inside here because remember, we're not ditching the water.
Nope.
And water, hey, listen, like everything else costs money. You don't have to just
Well, and you
reboil
don't
another
have to
pot.
wait for it to boil again.
No.
Say if you're like me and you're making one of those big Italian feasts, this will allow you to keep your water boiling. You can remove one batch of the pasta, throw in a next batch, and you don't have to wait for it to boil again. And I think just in here we have, gosh, this is well over a dozen eggs right here. The perfectly hard-boiled eggs.
Yep.
And you know what? Because it is a 3-in-1. If you just want to use it as a strainer to strain your berries, this is a compact way. So whether you're in an apartment or a condo, maybe you're like my parents over here. They live in an RV. My mom loves when I say that. So this will fit.
Different view every day.
Right, a different view. So
Nothing
this
wrong with
will
that.
fit. This is perfect for compact spaces.